Hi, I'm Marcy from the Brain and Spinal Cord Injury Center at brainandspinalcord.org. Today I'm going to be quizzing you about how well you know your brain. Be sure to check the website for all relevant links and a recap of this article. In this fun and interactive video, I'm going to give you several statements, and you're going to tell me whether you think the statement is fact or fiction. By the end of this video, you'll know a lot more about your brain. Ready? Let's get started. Fact or fiction? The human brain is firm and gray. Fiction. When you picture a human brain, you most likely picture an object that's gray in color and firm to the touch. That's because most of the brains you've seen in books or on television are dead brains that have been preserved with various chemicals. A fresh, living brain, on the other hand, is deep red in color and soft and jelly-like to the touch. Fact or fiction? Humans use only 10% of their brains. Fiction. Every single part of the brain has a known function. Let's talk about what you're doing right now, which is sitting and watching this video. The cerebellum, which is responsible for balance and coordination, is allowing you to sit and watch this video without falling over. The temporal lobes are helping you process what you're hearing, while the frontal lobes are helping you reason and think. Your hippocampus will help you remember the point of this example, which is that you use way more than 10% of your brain. While there is still a lot we don't know about the brain and how it works, we do know that every part of the brain has an important job to do. Fact or fiction? A person is either right brain dominant or left brain dominant. Fiction. While this myth arose from genuine scientific hypothesis, more recent studies have shown that the two hemispheres of the brain are codependent. Here's an example. It's been long accepted that language was processed in the left hemisphere only, but recent science shows that both hemispheres are actually responsible for language. The left side processes grammar and pronunciation, while the right side processes intonation. Fact or fiction? The right side of the brain controls the left side of the body and vice versa. True. If the left side of the brain becomes injured, whether the injury is the result of a trauma or stroke, the right side of the body will be affected. On the other hand, if the right side of your brain has been injured, the left side of your body will be affected. Fact or fiction? Brain damage is always permanent. Fiction. New science shows that we are not born with a finite number of brain cells. We know that the brain can rewire itself in order to compensate for certain losses, but we've also recently learned that the brain can generate new cells through a process called neurogenesis. Fact or fiction? Traumatic brain injury is the #2 cause of death and disability in children and young adults. Fiction. Traumatic brain injury is actually the #1 cause of death and disability in children and adults. Approximately 1.5 million Americans experience a traumatic brain injury each year, and about 5.3 million Americans are currently disabled as a result of traumatic brain injury. In addition, it's estimated that traumatic brain injury claims more than 50,000 lives in the United States each year. This concludes our segment on how well you know your brain. Remember to check our website for the most up-to-date information, including resources and tips regarding brain and spinal cord injuries. Thanks again for watching.